everything else we have, the other thing that we have too, don't want to forget about mentioning that, we have what's happening in this day, what happens in history, this day in history, all of that's happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, stand by and relax yourself. And we want to say hello to all of you guys. I'm checking in, and I see a lot of people are coming in right now. Right now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, a lot of people there. I know they're there, but they idle. A lot of them are idle, and some of you who are just there just want to watch the show. But we really will appreciate your time if you want to participate. If you have anything to say, any kind of comments, suggestions, idea, any topics of the day that you want to talk about, we invite you to come in. All you have to do is just type it in, and I'll see you right there on the big screen. And when I do see you, I will acknowledge you and entertain all of your thoughts and ideas and your comments and your questions or whatever you have. So therefore, those of you who will be watching us, and by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook, you know what you do at this particular point, being that we just got started with the show. It's not late now. As a matter of fact, it's early enough before we get into the meat of the show. You might want to, all of the friends that you have, right? You might want to tag the show to them. That's all you have to do. Just tag this show to them right now as we speak. Bring them all in. They'll follow us. And of course, if they like us, they'll stay with us and become a regular just like you. But those of you who are watching us on YouTube, we invite you to check out our YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Subscription is very important, because what happens is that when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, what happens is that you'll never miss a show, because each week, whenever we go on the air live, or even if we post something, you'll get notification that you did. And of course, you'll never miss a show. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, it's the same thing. All you have to do is just continue to follow us. And of course, you'll never miss a show. Thank you guys for being along with us. It's now coming up, it's like 3 minutes past the hour right now, 4 minutes past the hour right now. We've been here 4 minutes long. So those of you who are just checking in with us, stay with us. And boy, we have a lot to talk about, even the usual things that we talk about. We have some of the things to talk about and some of the usual things, and we want you to stay in touch with us. Okay, now you already know that we're in the middle of another pandemic. Well, actually, the pandemic never really left us. We're just into another phase now, another spike, which they call the Omicron variant. All right. And I understand now in certain parts of the country, it's kind of plateauing a bit. So that's good news. That's good news. And it's because of you. You follow the protocol, you go out and you get vaccinated, or, you do what you have to do, take all of the precautions that you need to do in order to do that, right? You get vaccinated, you keep your hand sanitizer, and by all means, mask up, especially if you're indoors, right? If you're indoors and if you're around people that you don't know whether or not they're vaccinated or not, or even if they're maskless, of course, you want to make sure that you have your mask on and do your part to keep things rolling too. All right, that's all you need to do. And there are plenty of places to go to get vaccinated. Now, your primary doctor may have a supply of vaccines, and you can get administered through him, or you can go to your favorite pharmacist and different centers that they have. And of course, testing is more important too. It's just as important too, because you want to make sure that you're healthy. Now, if you're feeling sick or anything, that's the best time to go get tested. There are a lot of places now around the country. You have a lot of centers. And I know here in New York, they build up tents on the street where you can walk by and you can see it. They're waiting to test you out. And so therefore, you might want to do that. Now, if you don't know where to go, all you have to do is Google. No matter where you're in your local area, you can Google, right? You can Google, find out where the nearest station next to you to get vaccinated or to even get tested. And that's just as simple. There's no place you can go without getting that information. And they have a lot of information in your area. No matter, even if you're in New York, San Francisco, all around the world, we're suffering with this thing, and we want to keep it down as much as possible. And if you see a friend without a mask or something, maybe you might want to carry an extra one. You pass it along. That's a good thing. That's like showing a little love right there. You might want to do that too. Now, there recommending that you get the high quality masks, right? The N95s, those with the numbers, and if you can't find those, it's better than nothing. Double up, you know, double up your mask, right? Put two layer of a mask on, and that should help out too. Maybe not as effective as they ask you to do, but at least you'll have a mask on. And I think doubling up on a mask is good. But the good thing and the good news right now is that uh, it's sort of plateauing in certain areas. All right, I don't know about your area. And they say here in New York, it's kind of plateauing a little bit, subsiding just a little bit. And that's what we're looking for. And that's good news. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay vaccinated. And there's a number that I have. And if you look up, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, on Instagram, and Facebook, well, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, right? Right under in that area, you see right under my picture, you see my little picture right there. It's right under that picture is all the information that you have, and you'll see it. And at the very bottom, close to the very bottom, there's a place, it says COVID-19 test. All right. Now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I'm sorry, on YouTube, go into the chat area. You see the chat area up there? Well, it's right there too. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, well, we don't have the information posted there, but I'm going to give you everything orally. So it's the COVID-19 test. That's what it is, a COVID-19 test. It's a number that I've been giving out like every week, and it stays there up in that area. Even when the show is over and the rerun goes on, it's right there all the time. So you can always go back and check it out. But right now, that number, the call, it's a local New York number, but I'm pretty sure it'll give you a roadmap to go other places, right? That number is 718-638-7682. That's 718-638-7682. That's the number called COVID-19 test. You can go there and you can find out where to get tested. And they may even have information where you can actually get vaccinated. So you have all kinds of things. But most importantly, if you go to your local places, Google, find out where your local area is, and you can get that information too. Now, those of you who are living in New York, I have information for you. Now, here's some places you can go. For those of you who are doing Moderna, because we have three different kinds of vaccines, right? We have the Pfizer, Moderna, and the J&J. The Pfizer, Moderna, once you take 2 shots, you're fully vaccinated, but after 6 months, you ought to get boosted. All right. As far as the J&J is concerned, you take that 1 shot, 2 months after that, you get boosted. But here's for those of you who are looking for Moderna. Okay, this is all I have. These are just for Moderna people only. All right, Moderna boosters and COVID-19 PCR testing is now available at the following stations here in New York City. Okay, you have Times Square and 42nd Street passageway between the Lexington Avenue line and the Lexington and Grand Central Station line. All right, that's the Grand Central Shuttle, I should say. There's a little pathway you go there. You New Yorkers know where that is, all right? And that opens Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the Grand Central Station Terminal Street level, that's 89 East 42nd Street, and that's Monday through Sunday between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now, there are no appointments necessary. That's good news, right? So you can go there tomorrow if you want. No appointments necessary. Now, just in case for some reason this information I gave you is subject to change, so all you have to do to check that out, you can go for updates. Just keep checking it. Update. This is a website called new.mta.info/vax. You got that? Again, I'll repeat that. That's new.mta.info/vax. And that's an update they will give you to show you, that everything has changed. But so far, the information I just gave you is what it is now, but it's subject to change. But you keep going to that website and they'll give you updates if needed, if updates occur. Because if you go there and you find out, well, that location is not there anymore, you go to that website, keep that website handy. And of course, you can go there at any time you want. So there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's what it is. You know, we're encouraging people to do that. A lot of people are still on the fence about whether they want to get vaccinated or not, and some people are certain that they won't get vaccinated. Whatever your choice, that's your choice. But on this show, we always promote it because we believe in it. All right, and it's quick, it's simple, it doesn't even hurt. You don't even feel it. As a matter of fact, if you tell the doctor, let me know, give me step by step, let me know when the needle is in, and he'll probably say to you, "We're already finished." So it doesn't. You get a little small prick, but you hardly feel it. So it's not that bad. And as far as the tests are concerned, that's simple too. It's a 5-second test. Take a cotton swab. It's a little uncomfortable, not bad. It doesn't hurt, but it's a little uncomfortable. But they take a cotton swab and they put it up your nose just to get your DNA, so they could take it to the lab and check it out for you. And so that's how they do it. And now they have the home DNA test you could take home. You could get from I guess some pharmacists have them, but I understand now the government is supplying these tests for all homes, for everyone. And I think you get, 2 tests per family, something like that. Something like that. So they're doing a lot of things to help out, and with all of that, it just works out. So again, please, get vaccinated. It's very important. It's important to me. It should be to you, and we really would appreciate. One of the things I appreciate that you're being here with us right now, and as I said, we're going to be here till the top of the hour. We've been 14 minutes after the hour right now. We've been here a whole 14 minutes already. For those of you who have just walked in here, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and we're here every Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Everything we do here is Eastern. So we just want to set that straight. This way, you'll know, okay, I'm not Eastern, I'm Central, I'm Pacific, and you can go accordingly. So we thank you so much for being along with us. We had this week, it was just this week, and I think maybe even earlier, you heard about, if you like doo-wop music, right? All of these doo-wop groups that you like, because I used to play doo-wops on the radio. It's called the oldies doo-wops. I used to play those on the radio. And I'm familiar with all of the doo-wop groups and the doo-wop artists. And, of course, the Five Satins, Freddy Paris. I don't know if you ever heard of this story yet. It just happened this week. Freddy Paris of the Five Satins passed away this week. Now, the Five Satins, they're famous for their recording In the Still of the Night. Well, Freddy Paris, has been with that group from the beginning. And, he passed away this week. So I want to send all of my condolences out to Freddy Paris, all of the people who knew him, loved him, worked with them, all of his fans, his friends, and all of the people who play their records, such as what I did, and everyone who loved him. Our condolences out to, especially to the family too. It's most first and foremost to the family. So there you go. Brian Camp will be here in just a couple of seconds. You stand by for that. We've got that coming on. And again, just in case you're just joining us, later on in the program, I'll give you all of that information about my picks of the week for all of those classic movies that you love so much from Turner Classic Movies. I have a couple of them that I want to convey to you later on in the program. And again, we'll also have information on what's happening this day in history. All of that is coming along. And we hope that you stay along with us. I see more people are coming in, so I just want to say a hearty wave to all of you out there. Facebook, you're coming in. I see them coming in. Yeah, I see them coming in. Most of them are idle. They just want to watch the show. Most of them are idle, and they just want to watch the show. But for those of you who want to chime in and say hi and wave, and all of you guys there on Instagram as well, I just want to say hi and wave to each and every one of you, and thank you so much for joining us. We have more coming up, but right now, I want to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're going to find out what the weather is like out there, because when we woke up this morning here in New York, we had a lot of rain and mixed with snow, and some parts of the outer boroughs have snow on the street. Out in Jersey, snow, and they're cleaning it up. But we're going to see what's happening in there. Brian Camp is on the line, and he's here every Thursday with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. You didn't clean up any snow, did you?
I had to clean up some ice. I had to clean up some ice. I put some melted ice on top of the snow and ice. So yeah, it was pretty well for the Queen City. It was considered bad, but if it was compared to New York, it would be like, oh, this is nice stuff,
Yeah.
But the Queen City wasn't acting like a queen. It was acting like a I'm not gonna say that, but she wasn't acting like a queen. I could tell you that much. But it's cold. It's 39 degrees. It was cold this week. That's the thing about North Carolina. It could be cold for maybe a two week period, and then that's it for the winter time, And then and after that, it's just seasonable weather, and that's where we are, But good evening to you, to everybody on Facebook and Instagram, and to YouTube. Just going to give you a little sports here, and I want to start with tennis. And you just mentioned why this vaccine is so important to you and to everybody else that's connected to life itself. Well, Novak Djokovic's final bid to avoid deportation and play in the Australian Open, despite being unvaccinated against COVID-19, ended last Sunday when the court unanimously dismissed the number one ranked tennis player in the world, challenged the government minister's decision to cancel his visa. Djokovic who's 34 years old, has won a record 9 Australian Open titles, which is the most by men's, including 3 in a row. Now, he's in a 3-way tie for majors. Now, let me explain what majors are. In tennis, and you have major tournaments. You have the Australian Open, which is the first one of the year. Then later on, I think in April or May, you have the French Open that's playing in Paris. And then in July, early July, you have the Wimbledon Open that's in England. And then the finale of the Grand Slam of Fordham is the U.S. Open that's played at Flushing Meadows Park in Flushing, New York, and that's usually played around the Labor Day weekend. So that completes the Grand Slam. But he's in a 3-way tie with Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. So he's in a 3-way tie for career Grand Slam titles and everything. So this was supposed to have been big for him. But as I will continue, but he won't get the chance to try for his 10th this year because he will not be playing. He'll be, like I said, he's been deported back. Djokovic qualified for a medical exemption from Australia's rules for unvaccinated visitors. He lied once again. He lied saying that that he did get the virus, but he did not. He was always opposed of it. Now, he was exempt from the tournament vaccine rules because he had been infected with the virus within the previous 6 months. Again, another lie. The committee took aim at Djokovic's anti-vaccination stance and his history of ignoring COVID-19 safety measures. Now, last month, for example, Djokovic was given a French newspaper journalist an interview while he was infected with COVID-19 and taking off his mask doing a photo shoot. So this is where we stand with this guy. Great tennis player, but, he doesn't want to follow the rules and regulations. So, and then some of his peers are very pissed off with him because, he's not above the law. So that's where we stand. Baseball. 5-time World Series champion Cy Young Award winner David Cohn is joining the announcing booth for ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, which will also feature secondary broadcasts led by Alex Rodriguez, known as A-Rod. Cohn will serve as an analyst alongside Carl Ravitch, who would become the 4th ever play-by-play announcer for Sunday Night Baseball. And for 8 games on ESPN2, Alex Rodriguez, known as A-Rod, will join veteran commentator, your favorite, Michael Kay, for Sunday Night Baseball. So 8 games, Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez will be doing ESPN2. Rachel Baulovec became the first woman hired to manage a minor league affiliate of a major league team when she was promoted by the New York Yankees to dugout boss of the low A Tampa Tar Pawns. Yes, Tar Pawns. Now, don't get it twisted. I said Tar Pawns.
Right.
Tarpons.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, because that's a minor league team in Tampa, Florida. Okay, it's the low A, which is the A, not double A or triple A, is the low A Tampa Tar Pawns team.
I noticed you say that very slow.
You had to say it very, 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 very slow. I mean, could you imagine if I was, in this broadcast in real life, you have to be careful. New York Mets will retire number 17 jersey. 17, former Met first baseman Keith Hernandez, who becomes just the 4th player in franchise history to receive the honor. The ceremony is scheduled to take place Saturday, July 9th. That's my birthday. Hernandez, who has been with the franchise for almost 3 decades as a player and broadcaster. Great news. So happy to read this here story. On Tuesday, Willie O'Ree, the first black player to appear in the National Hockey League game, finally had his number 22 retired by the Boston Bruins on Tuesday night. The honor came 64 years ago, almost to the day, as of yesterday, O'Ree is 86 years old. He broke the color barrier on January 18th, 1958. A couple of days ago, it marked the 64th anniversary, and that was on Tuesday in a game between the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. He only played 45 games in the National Hockey League from 1957 to 1968, and then again in 1960 to 1961. Now, Willie O'Ree delivered his keynote remarks virtual from his family home in San Diego due to COVID-19 restrictions. So, a man his age cannot come out to these events. They want to make sure that he's protected. And then on Wednesday, yesterday, the House of Representatives passes a bill to award a Congressional Golden Medal Act that was passed, a 426-0 vote to Willie, so Willie could get his award. That's one of the highest medals by a government. So he received that. Congratulations, well done. Willie O'Ree was also known as the Jackie Robinson of hockey. Congratulations. I have him on my wall in the man cave, and it's an honor. He didn't play too many games, but he was able to break the color barrier, and he was honored, and it was a beautiful sight. I saw the highlights on Sports Center. Sunday continued to be divisional wild card playoffs. We got 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Saturday, January 22nd, the Cincinnati Bengals will be traveling to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans, 4:30 on CBS. The later game at 8:15, the San Francisco 49ers will travel to cold Green Bay to play the Green Bay Packers in Wisconsin. And Sunday, January 23rd, the Los Angeles Rams, well, they'll be in warm weather because, they're in California, but guess what? They're going to go to Tampa. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3 o'clock on NBC. And then the second game, you go from warm weather to freezing ice cold weather as the Buffalo Bills go into Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs, 6:30 on CBS. That game on Sunday, the first game will be at 3 o'clock on NBC. So this day, January 20th, 1952, the NBA's first superstar, George Mikan, played for the Minneapolis Lakers. It scores a career-high 61 points, leading the Minneapolis Lakers to a 91-81 double overtime victory over the Rochester Royals. First superstar. The NBA, some of you may know, started in 1949 into 1950 as the first time they played professional basketball. 1967, the Philadelphia 76ers center Wilt Chamberlain makes all 15 shots of his field goal attempts and a 119-108 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. 1968, the Houston Cougars, this is college basketball, the Houston Cougars defeated the UCLA Bruins 71-69 in a game of the century that ended UCLA's 47-game winning streak. In 1970, the 20th All-Star Game, East defeated the West 142-135. Willis Reed named MVP, and it's the first time in that All-Star Game that two brothers played in the same game. And not only the two brothers, but the two twin brothers, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale. I don't know if you remember them. Tom and Dick Van Arsdale.
Yeah, I
they played in the same All-Star Game.
Yep.
You remember that, right?
Yep. They played on the same team.
They played on the same team as well, too, yes.
Yep.
1980, President Jimmy Carter announces the U.S. boycott of the Olympics in Moscow. 1995, the National League Hockey League season begins after a lengthy strike. And in 2007, the Utah Jazz head coach Jerry Sloan passes Larry Brown for fourth on the NBA all-time win list of 1,010 victories. And that is sports. And one more final thing, too, that I forgot to put down. The Olympics that's coming up in Beijing, China, is going to have selected fans that's going to be attending because they're not going to have a lot of people to attend the Olympics.
Yeah.
And that's sports.
Yeah, you know, I hear that this variant so far, I mean, I don't want to get everybody all pumped up about it, but they say in certain parts of the world, in certain parts of this country, it's kind of plateauing a bit.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are. I know in New York, they say here in New York, it's kind of plateauing a bit, but that doesn't mean that you still don't take those extra precautions. You still have to, you know, be digital and just wear your mask. Just keep things safe. Just keep things safe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fully vaccinated and got a booster shot, but I still cover my. In fact, I got my new mask, the new KN95. I have that. I like those masks. They're very comfortable. They're disposable, but they're very, very comfortable. The glasses don't really fog up at all. You know, that's the thing I like about them. You know,
those masks. Can you those NK95s and the other ones, the other 95s? Can you say they're disposable, but can you? I don't know. Can you use them? I mean, are they expensive?
No. In fact, what they're doing, that they're supposed to be giving them out for free.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
So you know, I would try to get my hands on them. They said the experts who I listen to. I don't listen to the politicians. The experts says it's good to wear for a week or so, a week to 10 days, and then get rid of it and you put on a newer one. But I like the way they fit. They cover your face, they cover your nose, and all the way down to all the way down to your chin as well.
Do they come in bulks in a package just like a regular cloth mask?
Yes.
They do?
Yes, they do. You know, I don't know. I know that they're running out of them in certain stores, like in Home Depot and Lowe's. But there is some. You might have to go to Amazon, but you got to be careful when you order them online because some of them could be
counterfeit.
You know, they're not real. Some of them are not real. You know, there's always somebody hacker who's trying to make some money off of something.
Yeah.
That's benefit to you and everything. So you gotta be careful.
I was going to mention that. You know, you got to be very careful and watch out. And I also tell people, you know, and I said it earlier, you know, if you can't get your hands on the upgraded mask, the more quality mask, if you're going to use the cloth mask, double it up. Double it up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
Definitely, yeah.
I frankly believe that we don't have to, I think I just have a lot of faith that things are going to just take shape in a couple of weeks or so, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. They say 3 or 4 weeks, that it should be a little manageable. And and I'm just looking for the day where we can go back without the mask like we did before. But unfortunately, we have to put our mask back on because it just came back. But the good thing about it is that this Omicron variant is not as deadly as the Delta and the well, we had the Delta variant, and then the other one, the one before that.
Yes.
And those were
Well,
the
I was told by my doctor that he says that now with these viruses, these viruses that's coming out, it's like a big asteroid. The big one came already,
Mhm.
but we don't know what's going to come afterwards. Who knows? But
Yeah.
he said it was like a big asteroid. Once the asteroid has been hit and splatted, they go into different
Directions.
pieces,
Yeah.
and they spread. That's how the virus spreads to different names and everything.
Yeah.
And with this Omicron, it's very contagious, but it's not as severe because the big one, as you know, as we experienced, we lost a lot of loved ones that
Yeah.
we know, and got hit hard. And by by us getting vaccinated really helped, but everybody's not following suit, and that's the unfortunate thing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Do we expect to see you here tomorrow?
Yes, we will. I just got word that yes, I will be able because they expect some snow tomorrow, so they're closing some areas down, and they said it's the safest places to stay home, which
Yeah.
is music to my ears.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, before I let you go, can you repeat that word one more time?
Which with the Queen City?
What was the word? Yeah, I guess no, not the Queen City. That word that you did in your sports, and I said you did.
Oh yes, yes. It's called the Tampa. It's the oh, wait, okay. It's the low A, which is it was the A Lee, the Tampa Tarpons.
Okay.
She's
You want,
Rachel Balovic is the first woman hired as manager to a minor league affiliate, and the name of the team is the Tampa Tarpons.
you want to do it?
Tarpon.
You want to say
Tarpons. So if the FCC or anybody else is listening, I'm not saying anything out the way. That's how it's called. In fact, if the FCC could Google it themselves and they could find out the name of the affiliate and go ask the New York Yankees.
you want to say you want to say it fast?
Huh?
You want to say it fast?
Yeah, the Tampa Tarpons.
Oh, he did it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You passed the grade. Okay. With that, I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yes. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Take care of yourself. I didn't think he was going to do it. I didn't think he was going to do it. I mean, he did better than I did. I remember years ago, I was working at this station as a disc jockey. And, at the top of the hour, FCC requirements is that you have to give the station ID, the local station ID at the top of the hour, which they still do today. And the local ID was, I'm not going to give the actual call letters, but I'll just say WBBO. There might be a station called WBBO, but I'm just throwing the call letters out there. WBBO, Texas City. Only I said it backwards. So I got fired for it. But those things happen. They're called tongue twisters. You go figure that out. All right. Hey, listen, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And my name is Frank Allan. And of course, we're here every Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we thank you so much for being along with us. And just in case you're just joining us for the very first time, don't make it your last time. As a matter of fact, come back again and again. And if you're watching us on 3 different places. You're watching us on Facebook, and there's also on YouTube, and my friends over there at Instagram are watching too. So no matter where you go around the world, you could always find us anywhere you want to go. So therefore, stay with us. And those of you who are just watching us, you want to just watch us, you want to be idle, that's okay, just as long as you're with us. And if you have something to say, you have any comments, suggestions, and ideas, you could also relay that to us. As a matter of fact, if you don't want to make any comments, suggestions, and idea here, well, I have a place where you can go. No, not there. Not there. You can go to my email. You can email, or you can call me, one or the other, right? I have the information right there. Now, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, you see right underneath my picture, all that information is there. Well, there you could see the information where I have my email address and my telephone number. It's right there. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, it's all in the chat area. For you guys who are watching us on Instagram, I am going to orally give it to you. So let's get started right away. My email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Frank Allan Prod, Prod, Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I'll repeat that again. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. So if you want to give me any kind of suggestion, you have comments, suggestions, and ideas, you could call, leave a message there, or you could email me. Either way, I would be glad to hear from you, and it doesn't matter. And we always listen to you. And if you want to say something, you want to know more about the show, the history of the show, or whatever it is, contact us, and we'll be glad to get back to you and talk to you about it. So that's it. And by the way, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, again, I always say you should always tag your friends. You can do that right now. What's left of the show, they can participate in the show as well. You can contact your friends by tagging them, tagging this show right now. You can do it. Tag all of your friends, this show right now, and have them come on and join us. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you might want to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to that, because when you do that, you'll never miss a show, because every time we go on the air live or even post a video, you will be informed. You'll get that pop-up coming on that he's on the air live. Right there, it'll come up. That quick information it's right there for you. It'll pop right up there for you, so you'll be informed. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, just follow us. All you have to do is follow us. That's all. That's all it takes. And we'll be glad to have all of you out there. Okay, it's 20 to the hour right now. 20 to the hour. And let's get started right now in this day in history. In this day in history, in 1887, the U.S. Senate approves naval base lease of Pearl Harbor. On this day in history, in 1905, U.S. begins supervising the Dominican Republic's national and international debts, testing President Theodore Roosevelt's corollary to the Monroe Document, or Doctrine, I should say. On this day in history, in 1920, the American Civil Liberties Union is found. In 1930, on this day in history, the first radio broadcast of the Lone Ranger, Hi-Ho Silver, was broadcast on WXYZ in Detroit, Michigan. It's true, there's a station called WXYZ in Michigan. On this day in history, in 1937, the first U.S. presidential inauguration day held on January 20th. It was previously done on March 4th. On this day in history, in 1945, Franklin D. Roosevelt sworn in and for the unprecedented fourth term as a U.S. president. On this day in history, in 1949, J. Edgar Hoover gives Shirley Temple a tear gas fountain pen. On this day in history, in 1949, U.S. President Harry Truman announces his 4-point program. And on this day in history, in 1953, the first live U.S. coast-to-coast inauguration address by President Eisenhower. On this day in history, in 1956, Buddy Holly's records Blue Days, Black Night was recorded in Nashville, Tennessee. On this day in history, in 1958, KUED TV, Channel 7 in Salt Lake City, Utah, public station begins broadcasting. Back in 1964, Meet the Beatles album was released in the USA. In 1965, the Byrds recorded Mr. Tambourine Man. And back in 1968, Arthur Penn's film Bonnie and Clyde premieres in Paris, France, with the stars Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway in attendance. In 1965, I just want to make this perfectly clear, Richard M. Nixon was inaugurated as U.S. president. In 1971, the single What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, that was all about police brutality, that was released. And on this day in history, in 1981, Ronald Reagan was inaugurated as the 40th president of the United States of America. In 1981, the U.S. diplomats and citizens held hostage at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, and they were all released finally, and they were there for after 444 days. Back in 1982, heavy metal musician Ozzy Osbourne, I can't believe, and this is true, Ozzy Osbourne bites the head of a bat on the stage at Des Moines, Iowa. I was wondering how true that was. Hey, look, that could have been a chocolate bat. Who knows? Okay, back in 1986, the first federal holiday honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And back in 1988, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees were the Beach Boys, the Beatles, the Drifters, Bob Dylan, the Supremes, Woody Guthrie, Lead Belly, and Les Paul and Barry Gordy Jr. Back in 1989, George H.W. Bush was inaugurated as the 41st president of the United States. Dan Quayle becomes the 44th vice president. I don't know how much sense that makes. 1990, at the 47th Golden Globe Awards, that was Born on the 4th of July, starring Tom Cruise and Michelle Pfeiffer. They were the winners. In 1993, Bill Clinton was inaugurated as 42nd president of the United States. In 1994, British comedy For Four Weddings and a Funeral, written by Richard Curtis. It starred Hugh Grant, and that premieres at the Sundance Film Festival. And back in 1996, WPAT FM radio in New York City switches to English-Spanish format. Back in 1998, Dawson's Creek, created by Kevin Williamson, and it starred James Van Der Beek and Katie Holmes, and of course Joshua Jackson. That premiered on the WB network in the United States. In 2001, George W. Bush, that's the son, George W. Bush was inaugurated as the 43rd president of the United States, with Dick Cheney becoming the 46th vice president of the United States. Did I read that one? I read that one earlier. They put it there twice. First they said, which one is it? George W. W.H. I read that already. They put it there twice. Okay, I apologize for that, guys. Okay, 2002, at the 59th Global Awards, A Beautiful Mind, starring Russell Crowe and Sissy Spacek. They were the winners there. 2006, a TV movie, High School Musical, was released, starring Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, and that becomes the Disney Channel's most successful TV movie. In 2007, the 12th Critics' Choice Movie Awards, The Departed was the name of the movie, that wins the best film. In 2008, Breaking Bad, created by Vince Gilligan and starring Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. That premieres on AMC. In 2009, Barack Obama was inaugurated as the 44th president of the United States of America and becomes the first African American president. Joe Biden assumes the office of vice president of the United States. That's obvious, right? Okay, blues musician Lead Belly. Lead Belly, born on this day in 1888. He was born in Morrington Port, Louisiana. He passed away in 1949 at the age of 61. Actress Patricia Neal was born on this day in 1926 in Packard, Kentucky. She passed away August 8th, 2010, at the age of 84 from lung cancer. Okay, let's see. We're losing places here. My teleprompter is not working properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, Artie Johnson. The American comedian known for laughing and Don't Call Me Charlie. Very interesting. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. He passed away 2019. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin was born on this day in 1930. He's 91 years old today. Happy birthday, Buzz. Eric Grant, American musician and singer, born in Idabel, Oklahoma, passed away in 1970. Let's see. Politician, commander, and commentator, and politician, commentator, and comedian Bill Maher was born on this day in 1956. His birthday is today. He's 65 years old. He was born in New York City. In 1967, actress Stacey Dash from the movie Clueless. She was born in the Bronx. She's 55 today. 1968, actress Sharon Tate weds actor and director Roman Polanski in Chelsea, London. In the year 2020, actor Liam Hemsworth and singer Miley Cyrus. I was going to say Siley Myris. You see how you can get those tongue twisted. Miley Cyrus, they were divorced after a couple of years of marriage, after 1 year of marriage, anyway. And let's see, swimmer and actor Johnny Weissmuller. You know Johnny Weissmuller, the actor. He was famous for Tarzan. He died on this day in 1984 at the age of 79. And the cause of death was pulmonary edema. He was born in June 2nd, 1904 in Austria-Hungary. In 1965, American disc jockey Allan dies at the age of 42. 1990, actress Barbara Stanwyck dies at the age of 82. Actress Audrey Hepburn dies at the age of 63. She died on this day in 1993 from colon cancer. She was born May 4th, 1929 in Brussels, Belgium. 1996, jazz baritone, saxophonist, composer, and band leader Jerry Mulligan dies of complications from a knee infection at the age of 68. And finally, 2012, singer Etta James dies from leukemia at the age of 73. And that's this day in history. And those of you who may know anything that's happening in this day in history that I don't know about and that you know about, and sure, you can pass it along. And of course, we'll put it out there for you because I don't know everything. I don't. I try, but I don't. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. The name of the show, of course, and we're here every Thursday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're here coming to you live from New York City on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and all over the world. You can find us no matter where you go. You can find us all over the world. Tell your friends about the show and get on board and join us each week. We love to have you aboard with us. We always do. And, you know, it's been kind of a dreary day here in New York. I mean, some people are enjoying good weather wherever they are, and I hope that you are as well. As I said earlier in the show, we woke up this morning with a lot of rain coming down, and then the snow mixed in off and on, and, you know, people still traveling, going to work. And then later on, it started to clear up. But as it looks now here in New York, we got clear skies right now. How long that's going to last, I don't know. I have no idea, but hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, it's 8 minutes to the hour, and you're tuned here. And thank you so much for being along with us. And of course, you know about all those great movies that we tell you about. All of those great movies, right? We tell you about it all the time, those great movies. You like classic movies? You like the black and whites? You love them, right? I do too. And they go back long ways. I mean, I love the movies going back to the 30s. I guess the only kind of movies I really didn't really get into, I've tried to watch them every now and then, but you have to do a lot of reading when you watch them, are those non-talking movies, you know. And I saw one not too long ago with Joan Crawford. I didn't even know Joan Crawford participated in those non-talking movies. You know, I didn't know that. She goes back a long way. But anyway, we have classic movies for you. I think you're going to like. We're going to start off right now. We're going to go back to 1969. I think a lot of you guys remember, if you're baby boomers, you remember Easy Rider. Easy Rider, starring Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper. Well, that's coming on Turner Classic Movies Friday. That's tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, 10 p.m. Eastern. And of course, that takes you back. If you're a baby boomers of the 60s, if you're a product of the 60s like I am, that movie will take you back. Easy Rider. And that's again with Peter Fonda and Dennis Hooper. Turner Classic Movies. That's tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Then you have the Philadelphia Story. Philadelphia Story go back to 1940 with James Stewart and Katharine Hepburn, and of course Cary Grant was there with them, and that comes on Turner Classic Movies as well. But you could watch this one on Sunday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern. Of course, Sunday you're going to take your day off. It's going to be a relaxing day, right? You're going to be just going to be relaxing, right? You're going to relax a little bit. And Sundays is the day to do that before you have to go to work the following day. So that comes on 3:45 p.m. You can relax and watch that. And those are the two movies that I have for you. My only two movies that I have for you. All right, this week. So there you go. There you go. And we're just happy to give those to you. But listen, if you don't like any of these movies, I couldn't understand why you wouldn't. They're great movies. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, still go there, still making a point to go to Turner Classic Movies and go right down to the banner and go through the menu or the scheduling, and you can see there are more movies. Now, these are only my picks. There could be more movies that you might like to see that are right there, and I'm pretty sure they are, and you can check it out right there. And great movies. Also, you can go on Movie on Demand. Movie on Demand, they have a chock full of great movies. You know, use your weekend. You could use tonight after I get off the air. You go to your TV and go Movie on Demand and see something that you might like and you might want to watch it. And you could watch them. They stay on for a period of time before they take them off, and you might want to see them. And they're some classic movies, and there are movies that you probably haven't seen in a long time, and movies that you've seen like 1,000 times but never get tired of watching them. They're all right there. You can check it out. Also, if you're a sports person like I am, if you miss your sporting event on a certain network, you could always go back because you can always go on demand the following day. Most cases is the following day on demand, and you can check it out and watch the rerun. The same thing with all of the other movies. They have all kinds of network movies. You have the Lifetime network movies. You have all of those networks. You know, I like the wrestling matches. So what I do is that if I miss a wrestling match, which I very rarely do, I could always go back the following day and watch it on demand. All right. So all of that is there. And please have a great time watching these movies. They're great. So let me give you those movies again. All right. Let me do that again. Easy Rider, 1969, Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper. Turner Classic Movies, that's tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And of course, you have the Philadelphia Story, 1940, James Stewart, Katharine Hepburn, and Cary Grant. That's on Sunday at 3:45 p.m. Did you know that High Society, the one with Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong, Bing Crosby, and all of those guys, do you know that was a takeoff or I guess a remake from the Philadelphia Story? Now, I don't like remakes, but I just happen to like both of the movies. You know, Philadelphia Story and High Society. It's like the same movie. They just gave them different names, right? That's great. That's wonderful. So you have all of those great movies, and we hope that you enjoy it. I mentioned something last week, and I think it's worth mentioning again, that the Senate passed a bill to honor Emmett Till and his mother. You know, Emmett Till was the young kid at the age of 14 that got killed by men because he allegedly made some kind of inappropriate advances to a white woman. Well, that story is true, and that, you know, so what they're doing right now, they're passing the bill to honor Emmett Till and his mother. So there you go. So that's how you happen. Now, listen, if you're just joining us, I'm babbling along. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you're just now joining us, you're late, and don't let it happen again. Because what you can do is join us each week. We're right here every Thursday. The name of the show is called Talk Back Live. We're here every Thursday, and we engage you in conversation if you so desire, and tell your friends about it. Again, I could always tell you that if you want to be a good sport, tell your friends about it. Or, you know, I mean, I guess it's too late now. You can tag your friends each time we come on the air and let them know that we're on the air. They'll follow us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to that. And of course, when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll never miss a show, because every time we go on the air live, or if I post a video, you'll get notification on that. And the same thing for you guys who are watching us on Instagram. You're watching us there. Hi, Instagram. Nice to have you guys along with us. So you can never miss a show. So we thank you so much for being here with us. And with that, I am going to say farewell for tonight. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We'll be here for the coffee hour. And on the coffee hour, Brian Camp will be here. We'll have the 2020 feature. Brian Camp will be doing his part, 20 past the hour, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. DJ Pete will also be here, coming from Maine, and he'll be here with entertainment news, and he'll recite all of those birthdays from people of notoriety who are celebrating birthday of that week. And we'll have all kinds of great conversation. You'll be here. We'll have coffee and donuts or whatever you like. We'll all be here. We look forward to seeing you here. Other than that, I will be back here next Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. The name of the show is called Talk Back Live. We look forward to seeing you here. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports, and it's you and I in conversation. So you guys have a great morning, a good afternoon, good evening, and by all means, a good night. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.